Today on Unburden Your Business with Cass Garabelli, we're going to be talking about how to become the leader your business needs you to be. I think the most important thing that you need to understand as you become a better leader and a leader in general in your business that you've started is that it all starts with you. How you show up and you set the example of what you want to see is what's going to become, which means that you always have to check in with yourself first and ask yourself, am I showing up the way I expect others to show up? Looking in the mirror and checking in with yourself and making sure that you are super clear on what it is that you want and how you want that to be created and how you want that to happen every single day and everything that's happening within your business. So it starts with you. And if you think about it, if you're confused about who and what it is that you want to represent, then imagine somebody outside of your own brain trying to figure out what that is and make sense of it. So some of the things that are important for me as a leader that have really made a difference was I checked in with who I was naturally, who was I authentically, and who was it that I wanted to become, or who was it that I was that I could infuse into my business. Because even if you don't do it intentionally, you're going to infuse that into the business, and who you are is going to be a representation of everything that is happening within your business and the people that you work with. And figuring out the core values of what I believe in and what matters to me, figuring out what my priorities are and the way I wanted to live life, what my company purpose was, what my vision was, what were the results we really wanted to produce, and what did that look like, is some of the things that I went through and really did a deep dive on myself. And it allowed me to have those things as a guide in figuring out the right decisions that I needed to make for my business. So making sure that you know what matters to you and what you believe in, what you value, will help make sure that you are aligning the decisions that you're making when you're hiring, when you're developing yourself and your team, when you make different organizational decisions, that they're going to get you on the path to achieve the things that you want and to produce the results that you want. The other thing I think that was really important for me to becoming a leader is understanding that this isn't about me. If I made it about me, I was going to have people just coming in, clocking out, tons of turnover, trying to have people build a vision for me and my lifestyle and what I wanted, and not so much about what it was for them. So really thinking about, this isn't about you, this is about them. And what does that look like? It looks like taking the time to get to know each person on your team on a deeper level, understanding what matters to them, understanding what their core values are, understanding what their priorities are, what their dreams and achievements are that they want to get in their life. And not necessarily, I think people get nervous of kind of becoming besties with their employees and having that line of maybe boss and employee or business owner and team member, that line get crossed, that line get fuzzy. It's more about understanding that they're all human beings and all living this life as well, just like you are, and learning about what comes naturally to them, what makes them authentic, what things they're bringing to the table, where their zone of geniuses are, the things they enjoy doing, things they don't enjoy doing, how they need to be incentivized and motivated and inspired, how often do they want to meet with you, how much support do they want from you, how much autonomy do they really want, some of those things. And that really helps you define what type of leader you need to be and how you show up for each individual person. And that can sometimes feel overwhelming depending on how big your team is, to feel like you have to maybe cater your leadership style to each person. But I think that you'll find that the clearer you are on who you are and what matters to you, the more you're going to build a team based on that. And the people will be very similar in that sense. When you can take some time and dedicate yourself to really meeting with your team one-on-one, and I really like to do this outside of the office, away from everyone, where they can feel comfortable talking to me, kind of having that open door policy and really asking them questions about their family, their life, the things that are important to them. What are their core values? What are things that they believe in? And who are they? You can really then be able to build an environment and a culture that allows them to be themselves. And that creates loyalty, that creates people who show up and do the best they possibly can for you. But it also creates the way that you can set goals for them and understand what they want to achieve, so you can align and correlate those things with, if you produce these results within our organization, our business, you can make more money. And at the end of the day, making money is what's going to give them the things they want in their life. And maybe if they make more money, they can take some more time off, or maybe some of those things can be incentivized if that's something that they want. Maybe they want to travel more and you can help them get trips and different things that they want to do because they're able to produce the results that you want for them to produce within your business. The other thing is that this is not just something that you do in the beginning or when you first hire somebody or just in the beginning stages of your business. Things change all the time. You're going to change as a leader and a business owner. Your team's going to change in different journeys and places they are within their own lives. They're going to hone in skills. They're going to get better at different things. And so it's really important that you stay consistent with building that relationship. And in the beginning, that might look like having weekly meetings with them. That might look like having monthly meetings. And eventually it can become quarterly, semi-annually, but at a minimum, at least once a year, I like to make sure I dedicate time to each person and having them understand that I'm not just there to have them clock in and clock out. I'm there to develop them. I'm there to support them. I'm there to give them the resources that they need and really lead and show them examples of who it is that I would like them to be and how to be the best versions of themselves, because I'm working on being the best version of myself. And if something's working for me and it's made a difference in my life, I want to share that with them. I want them to try it and see if they can get the same results. So as they see me being someone who is growth-minded, who's constantly developing myself, who's showing up and doing the things that I say I'm going to do, staying true to my word, trying to make processes easy, having fun while I'm doing it, all of these things are core values of mine and things that are important to me and the things that I would hope to see within them. And they start to emulate who you are. So depending on where you are in your business journey, if you're just starting out, some of those things are going to look very specific and focused, like the processes that you have in your business, the attitude that you have, what the schedule looks like, how you want them to utilize these processes, maybe make them better, how often you want them to do them, and then what is the volume and when those things need to get done. Then as you establish that system and those processes and you start producing results, you can then look at ways that you as a leader and your team can get to new levels. And that could look like better time management, how to be more efficient, how to be more effective, looking at data and numbers that you're tracking and measurements and saying, hey, let's go have lunch and let's talk and ask them questions of, do you enjoy what you're doing? What parts of what you're doing do you enjoy? Are there things you think you can still bring to the table? Do you have any ideas? Let them be innovative. Let them give you some feedback and let them be part of the conversation, while always making sure that line is not crossed and that you ultimately make the decisions. But they're going to appreciate and value the fact that you are taking their opinion and their advice into consideration. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, when you're building a team, they're the ones doing the activities day in and day out in the operations. They're actually going to know better than us at some point how to do a lot of the things and what's working and what's not. And so I think having them be part of the conversation, getting to know them better, and really trying to understand constantly that they are a human being that is living a life. They have things they want to achieve, and you can help them do that within your business and the way they are working within it and the money that they're making. And so that has made me a much better leader and constantly trying to help them strive for better and supporting them and being there for them. So first, check in with yourself, make sure you are doing the things that are important to you, that you know your values, that you know your vision, where it is that you want to go. How do you clearly communicate that to your team? And then understanding that they're their own person and that they have things that are important to them. And how do you, through your business and the positions that you offer them, be able to help them achieve those things? And I think that is going to help you become the leader that your business needs you to be, and also build the team and the environment and the culture and the business that you ultimately love showing up for. And you will be able to scale and build all that momentum and consistency based on who you are and where you're coming from as the starting point, and be able to create mini versions of yourself that have all the good things, and then develop some of the things that maybe need to be developed moving forward. So if you've enjoyed this video and you got something out of it and it really made you think, then please make sure you subscribe. We have weekly trainings every single week and different topics that we're talking about. And currently this video is really about one of the pillars of business that we like to use, which is about vision and leadership. And I think that's the biggest starting point that a lot of business owners don't take time to tap into in order to make sure that everything else that they build and everything else that they're focused on is really aligned with the starting point of who they are and what it is that they want to get to. And when you can do that and you really focus on your vision and your leadership style and where it is this business is supposed to go, then you can build the team, you can build the processes, and you can make sure that each person is the right fit for what it is that you want to achieve. And they're the right people in the right seats. They're happy, they're doing a great job. And at the end of the day, if that's the case, you're going to get massive amounts of clients. You're going to make revenue. They're going to be the ones that are going to really take your vision and your business and your dreams and all the things into reality. And so it's important for us to really invest in them and understand that they are the biggest piece of our business's success. But it all starts with you as the leader.